All right. So let's see. Are there double standards?
Yes.
Income, job status, etc. How important is it to be equally and evenly yoked in dating?
Yeah, the evenly yoked thing is extremely important.
What is evenly yoked to you, Brandon?
All right, so now in general, it's supposed to be mostly applied to the spiritual realm. It's supposed to be, but lately it's been taken beyond that in terms of someone being as much of a similar lifestyle and level as you are, so that there isn't things that are out of balance. So we're talking about similar education levels, similar income and salary, similar ways of life, period. Just so that those things don't cause things to rub the wrong way and become an issue. It may not be an issue initially because it's honeymoon phase and all that, but sometimes that can be. So if one person is making a lot more money than the other one, they like, man, I'm, they can get annoyed at paying for stuff more often, or someone, different level of human. Just they need to be similar enough where those things aren't an issue.
Yeah. I really like, that's one big thing about like whether I like a person or not. Like, of course I could be attracted to them, but whether I really like you is whether I kind of feel like we're evenly yoked, or I feel like you could fit in my world and I could fit in yours. That's what
Right.
I like him. That's what'll take me to that level, and that's when those intentions will be there. But prior to that, I'm like, oh, he's cute, shrugs. It's so crazy because for years I did not date anybody that was evenly yoked with me. Then I finally found someone who was, and we dated. And when I tell you, like, the heartbreak of that, when it's over, it hurts on a different kind of level. Especially like as you're getting older, especially if you're a woman and your clock's ticking. It's like, Lord, will I ever find anybody that's like me? Like, so you go through it. Like, why did you bring this person here? I thought we were so young, evenly yoked. It's a nerve when it don't work.
I don't know. Like, for me, like, as long as you're bringing something to the table, where, like, for instance, like when me and John first started dating, like, we worked at the same place, so we made the same money, so we were even, like, in the relationship as far as what we both can bring. Like, he couldn't bring any more than I could because we both had that same financials, but where he's at now, like, he's a whole heck of a lot, better than where he was. So my whole thing is, as long as you're continuously growing, and, it doesn't matter where you start, but it matters where you're going and what your end goal is. So, like, for me right now, I'm a horrible, like, if we broke up, I'm not dating material because I'm in school and I don't have anything to offer or bring to the table as of right now. You know, I don't know. I feel that it's a growing situation for me. It's not like, where I meet you is where you need to be right here. No, as long as you're continuously growing, I feel that you don't necessarily have to be equally yoked that way. But, energy wise, like, matching me as far as, like, with that energy of growing, yes, we need to be equally yoked, because if you're not growing, then we're not going nowhere.
Right.
So I need that. As long as you have that drive to grow, then we're good. We can definitely go from there. But
were you still talking?
No, I'm good.
When it comes to, like, finances, I'm more so looking at, like if you're struggling, I'm more so looking at how you struggle as opposed to the fact that you're struggling. So, all right, I see that here in Pittsburgh, a lot more people are commuters than where I'm from. Where I'm from, everybody's driving. Here, that not so much. Well, okay, say your car's down. Are you getting up every morning to go to the bus to get to work every day? Or are you calling around and asking for rides and missing work because your car is down? How are you? I'm looking at how you're struggling. You don't have a job right now. Are you borrowing a bunch of money from people? Or are you on a computer every day? Or are you stopping in places every day to get a job? Like, are you a go-getter? Are you a make it happen kind of guy? That's
are you gonna grow?
When it comes to finances, that's what I need.
Right.
Because then when we hit the struggle bus, I know we're gonna be like, all right, babe, come on, by any means necessary, we're gonna make this happen.
Right.
And that's the matching the energy that she was talking about.
Right. I need you to be able to grow. So like, you know, you have to learn from where you're at. And like you can't be stagnant. You can't be happy with where you're at if it's not, you know, where you want to be, if you understand what I mean. So like, for instance, like, you know, me and John have a goal of what we want our income to be each month. And we're both striving to get to that certain income per month so we could be comfortable. I told him my end goal is I want to be where I want to be able to go if something were to happen, or if we want to go away, like, you know, heaven forbid something happens to one of my family members out of state and we have to travel. I don't want to have to be like, you know what, I don't really have the funds, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that person. I want to make sure that, you know, we have that certain amount. But that's a growing thing for us because that wasn't the talk of where we were at when we first got together. That's, you know, where we're at now. So as long as we are continuously growing in our relationship, whether it is, you know, financially or, you know, energy wise, like we want to continue to keep growing. And that's my whole point, period. Like grow, no stagnant.
Yeah, it's like that's a huge thing, especially in today's time.
Right. Like I can't get with somebody who is comfortable in their struggle, like you were saying, Sherelle. Like if you are constantly coming to me as, you know, if we're together and you're constantly coming to me about your struggle of what you want to do, but you're not doing anything to make it any better, I can't continuously listen to you talk about where you want to be, but you're not making strides to get there. Like I'm all for, I got your back 100% if you are willing to go and put the work in to be where you want to be. And I will have your back. But if you're that person that's just going to sit around and talk about what you want and where you want to be, but you're not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a turn off for me. That's a deal breaker.
Broke man, broke woman mentality.
All right, what's the next topic under there? Unless that's it.
No, it's not it. I was trying to decide if I want to say a little more. I used to give a little more chances because who I was before I moved here, I was a totally different person before I moved here. Family was very tight knit. Like if I had not moved away, I'd probably have my place, but I probably would have stayed with relatives much longer because we're just very enmeshed. And so I used to give a lot more chances because it's like, well, I get it, because I really would have been living that life too, had I not moved away and just had to be more independent, had to grind, and had to make it out of nothing, you know. So I used to give more chances off of that because it's like, this is who I used to be too. And so, you know, when you get older and you know better, you do better. I want to see what you guys' thoughts are on this. So I have this idea or ideology. So I feel like there are people who date themselves, but not in the self-care kind of way. So in the self-care kind of way, dating yourself is like, you're single, you took yourself to dinner and a movie night because you love yourself, right? I think that there are people nowadays, it's like, it feels like it's a new thing where people are literally like just dating themselves. Like, and those are the people to me who are like every day they wake up, they might work out every day, they might put a full face of makeup and hair on, they're on social media, thirst trapping. Lots of people are coming at them, but they'll entertain, they really have no desire to date anybody at all. They're just thirst trapping because they like the attention. They really have no desire to ever really be in a relationship with anybody. Because they're dating themselves.
Do I feel it's a new thing?
It's
I don't know how much it's a new thing. I know it's
in an arrogant kind of way.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a new thing. I know it's easier to do it now that we have like the social media platforms.
Do you know somebody that's doing it? Like, because I noticed it. Because like I'll notice somebody will be like, oh, I can't find nobody. I'm like, you ain't looking for nobody anyway. You dating yourself. Like you are into yourself. That is who you are, and you're not calling nobody back. You're not. You like the attention you get, but your whole entire world is about you only.
Yeah. They like the feeling of being pursued, but actually having to follow through.
Exactly. And I don't have any other name for it. I call it like, yeah, he's dating himself. Like, oh, yes.
That's a thing that happens,
Yeah.
Definitely a thing.
I think it's definitely a thing, too. I think it's a lot, like you said, because social media, it's a lot more people who are just on it for the thirst trap. She posting her belly and her butt every day. He's got his abs on there every single day. But you never see him with nobody ever. Years have gone by. You ain't never seen him with nobody. Years have gone by. You ain't never seen her with nobody. They're not trying to settle down. They're not trying to be in nothing. But they'll pretend that they are. But the reality is they really don't. Nobody would ever be good enough for that person. I know some people like that. What's your thoughts on this, Alicia?
I mean,
think it's a thing? Because I notice it.
I don't know if I want to say it's like them dating themselves more or less than just like attention seeking from the opposite sex. I know exactly the people that you're talking about. And it's almost like I don't know, like, cause it's funny because
they're not womanizing. They're not manizing. Is that a word? I don't know. They're not actually pursuing any of these people, but
you just like the attention,
and you're literally like living off of it.
Right. I know exactly the people that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because they post certain things to try to get this rise out of people, especially people of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, girl, why would you wear that? Like, what are you doing? Why would you wear that? And then post it. Like, to me, you look a good mess. But to somebody else, it's like, oh, man. Yeah, those people
are like too self-absorbed to be in anything with anybody right now. Those are the people I'm talking about. Like, you just, oh, it's about me. It's about me. Oh, how many likes did I get? Okay, yeah.
But it's so funny because those type of people some of them have significant others that they're dating.
Well, some of those do. I'm speaking of the ones who pretend to be on the market, but they're really not because they're just so into themselves.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they're in the market with somebody, though. Like, you know what I mean? There's that one person that finds them attractive and kind of like borderline stalks them, and they think that it's like cute. It's not cute. That's not cute. Like, I don't know. But is that considered like dating? Like, is that a dating thing, or is that just like a woman that's seeking attention, or a man that's just seeking attention from other women?
Dating.
Yeah, I don't know if I put that in the category of dating. I mean, you know.
Well, I put it in there only because I'm thinking like those people will say they're available. They'll say that they're dating. They'll say that they're single, but they're really not. They're so they're like kind of a Mr. Waste Your Time and a Mrs. Waste Your Time, because they really have no desire to do anything with you ever. It's really just I'm in a selfish season only about me, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm out here getting to know folks, but I really don't give a care about nobody else.
But those people are easy to spot, in my opinion, at least.
How
Mm-hmm.
So this is where like the whole online social media platform takes place. So if you're meeting somebody new, or if you're online and you see, you know, all right, they're posting every day, they're doing certain hashtags and certain poses and positions in certain videos to try to get as many views and likes and followers, then yeah, that's what their goal is, and it puts up a red flag. Not saying, because not everyone who does that is trying to just not be available, but it definitely is something to pay attention to. It's not hard to spot.
What should we call it? Because I always be like, man, yeah, right. You're not looking for anybody. You dating yourself. That's how
You know what you do? You call it the Coyote Ugly. And the reason why I said, remember that movie Coyote Ugly?
Yeah.
And one of the rules they had on there was
Listen,
always
I don't mean
appear
to cut you off,
available,
but that's
but
what I'm
never
watching on
actually
TV right
be
now.
available.
Coyote Ugly right now?
I'm watching it right now, swear to God.
Yo, but wait, doesn't she say that they're like always appear available and never actually be available?
Right.
That's a rule.
Those are the definitely like the ones. If you like, get out of, you don't even want nobody. Like, get out of here.
Yo, so yeah, for real, like call it the Coyote Ugly, man.
That's so funny you said that. I didn't mean to cut you off, Brandon, but
Yeah.
look.
Yo,
Yo, that's crazy.
commercials were cut for you. No, yeah.
Touchy topic. How do you guys feel about friends with benefits?
You mean like overall? How is that okay?
You know, we're talking about dating. So what's your thought?
So as long as both sides of that equation know that's what it is, then yeah, why not?
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
If friends with benefits had a picture beside it, my picture would probably be right there for the definition of what it looks like. I've had my fair share of friends with benefit situations. And well, you
I don't know how that sounds. You're like, if it was a friends with benefits, I'm that friend. Like,
I'm not saying I want to be that friend, but I've been in these situations for a very long time. And so yeah, I really could be the face of it. And there was a time when I was cool with it because I'm a girl on the go. I'm trying to I'm an entertainer, you know, I'm trying to perform. I'm too busy to be tied down and all that. So it was a time when I was cool with all of that. And then there's times where I was not. And so now I've reached a place where I'm not cool with it anymore. Because I just have more needs. But I definitely, if you're cool with it and she's cool with it, then y'all do y'all thing. I just think y'all both have to be in that headspace for it to work.
And see, that comes with the evenly yoked. You're gonna have the same energy going.
Right.
Facts. There's a little bit of acceptance and rejection that comes with that world. I'm into you, I'm not into you.
What? Friends with benefits?
Around you, I don't want to be. Come close.
That still only comes when there's when a balance is missing, though.
Yeah.
The balance is off. That's when that happens. If both of y'all know what it is,
You don't feel that.
you're not gonna feel rejected because that's what y'all doing. But if somebody wants something different,
naturally you feel rejected, just naturally, because
enough time you do, like enough
right
of it. Yeah.
Well, that's just because if you're this person's friends with benefits and they're calling you because, especially as women, we like to feel needed. And like when this man is calling us because they need us, whether it's to be a friend or to cash in the benefits part.
well,
You know
guys
what I
like to
mean?
feel needed too. Like I said on that side, it's not just one
Right.
sided on that.
So, right. So what I'm saying is that, like, you know, if that male decides to move on with another female exclusively, like that kind of hurts your feelings a little bit. And vice versa for men. It's like, you know, y'all try to act like that don't bother you, but deep down, some of y'all are hurt when this female that, you know, you may have cashed in friend or benefits with, like, you know, you miss that talking. I mean, if it's not the benefits part, just being a friend.
Yeah, when you make an investment, you want a return. So
Right. And you,
right. It can take a toll on you eventually if that's not really you are in your core. Like, okay, this is the space I'm in, but this is not who I am in my core, you know? So eventually kind of be a lot to take in. I think that's the place where kind of I ended up at, where it's just like, I don't like this no more. I don't like how this feels.
I think the worst for me was like when I was in a situation like that is where, you know, I, you know, I looked at it at the end of our relationship as friends with benefits, because while it was going on, I thought we were working towards something else. Like, you know, we were friends, but we were working towards something. And then come to find out that, like, he was working on something else with somebody else and had like a whole party type barbecue thing to introduce this other female to his friends and family. And like me and him had mutual friends, and I was like, damn, like nobody told me about this, like not even my friends, like nobody said anything to me. So I'm over here looking stupid thinking that like our friendship was going somewhere.
That's the hurt piece right there.
Yeah.
That's the hurt piece right there.
So that's what I finally cut off the whole thing with friends with benefits. Either we're working towards a relationship or we're not. Period. Like I'm not doing that no more because
that hurts.
It did. It hurt really bad. I was hurt. I was really hurt.
And so, you know, we would have to have a separate get together for me to delve a little deeper into things. But I'll I'll leave that there. Brenda, you got any extra thoughts when it comes to that?
On that, not at 34 years old.
What does that mean?
If you'd asked me the same question when I was 22, I'd probably have some different answers for you.
Okay. What about hobosexuals?
You said hobosexuals, right?
Hobosexuals. So
okay, hobo with a B.
For those
all right.
Who know what a
explain to people what a hobosexual is.
For those who don't know what a hobosexual is, it is a person who is staying with someone and they're dating them just so that they can have a place to stay.
It's a situationship.
Well, it can fall under the category of situationship for sure. But these two people are in a relationship though, and they're only in a relationship because this man or woman does not have a home, and the other
have like. That's why I call them situationships. Like that's the word that me and John gave them is you're in a situation.
Situationship, that's the umbrella. And friends with benefits is underneath that umbrella. Hobosexuals underneath that umbrella. Textationships, flirtationships, all of these things are under that umbrella. So like these are the things that we're talking about in this segment right now.
Well, I've never met any hobosexuals, but, and we're talking about the one person who has the home doesn't know about it, or they know that this person is homeless unless they're in the house and fucking me.
Either way, because some women and some men, but mostly women, will deal with it because they need your presence there.
Yeah, is that much different than being like a sugar daddy or sugar mama and having a sugar baby around?
I kind of feel like the sugar daddy doesn't live with you. Like they're buying you things, they're getting you gifts. You live elsewhere, and they're just doing these things. You come over for adult time. Y'all do what y'all do every so often, and I'm gonna buy you a gift to say thanks. Hobosexual has moved in. He has moved in. She has moved in because she literally, I don't know, she might be fresh out of jail.
Sugar baby 2.0.
Yeah,
All right.
next level.
If like, all right, again, if the two people notice what's going on and two people agree with it and that's what's cool and works for them, then whatever. If the one person is using and manipulating the other person, or if they don't really like the person but they know they got to do this to keep having a place to stay, that may not be the right thing to do on that one. That's a little bit, well, not a little bit, it is manipulative. And it's not being genuine at all. So
yeah, I know some hobosexuals.
Me too.
And it's not cool. And I really think it's just wrong. Like, go get yourself together. Get you a place.
A lot of people feel like they don't have the motivation to do that. They got someone else who's going to do it for them.
Yeah, and to me, it's really a sick mindset for real. That you are that manipulative because you are miserable there too. But you're willing to do that because you're willing to do that over looking for a job, getting up and saving your money and making a way out of no way. Like you will just lay up and use this person. Like the level that you'll go to use somebody, like it's scary. It's scary. It's like sociopath type stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you really think about it. So because we mentioned the situationships, textationships, what's y'all's thoughts?
Wait, which one?
Textationship.
How's it different from friends with benefits? I'm confused now.
So textationship is a relationship.
Oh, you said textationship.
Yeah, because we're talking about the umbrella of situationships. And
okay.
Umbrella.
Again, there's one of those situations where if both people are with it.
What are you with? We want to know what you're with.
No, I don't even consider it a relationship.
It's not.
So, I am a heavy texter because I'm oftentimes in places where I can't just talk freely. I'm at rehearsals or at work or so unfortunately I find myself in textationships quite often. It's not.
And how does that work for you?
It's not. It's not a good thing. It's just what I find myself in because
But wait, is it because that you're always texting with people and like there's never any physical follow through? Is what you're saying?
Well, physical follow through would be sometimes much less often than we're texting. So yeah. I don't mean for it to be that way, but it ends up being that way because I'm not much of a caller. I nowadays being on the phone and calling people feels like,
Oh yeah, if you're a texter, and that's what it is. I thought you meant like you're texting, but that's all you do. You don't ever meet nowhere, nothing. Just texting, and that's been the extent of the relationship the entire time.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like as I'm meeting people, sometimes it turns into that. I don't want it to be that, but sometimes because I'm a texter, and that's what it turns into sometimes.
Well, it can be an unpopular opinion, but to me, texting is better than phone calls.
To me, texting is better than a phone call too. Like phone calls, they're nice and all, but sometimes they make me feel like I'm being held hostage because I'm trying to multitask and do all this other stuff. And now I gotta be like, yeah, okay, what you say? You need my answer right now. All right, give me a second. I'm trying to talk to you and do this. It becomes a lot nowadays. So I don't like the textationship thing, but it really for real. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it.
I'm old school. Call me. Call me. Let's have a conversation. Let's sit. Let's talk. Like I want to get to know you. And like, with text messaging, you can't get the full feeling of the person, the like emotion behind it.
You right.
That means that they are not utilizing the English vocabulary enough to express
Nah,
themselves.
player.
Because before technology, people were writing letters to each other and
But
had to express
what I'm
whole,
saying, right? But what I'm saying to you is this, right? Are you ready? What I'm saying to you is, if you are taking the time to write a letter, address it to me, put a stamp on it, and go to the post office and mail my letter, then that's a lot different than you picking up your phone and texting real quick. Like, if somebody says I love you, it's like, do you really, or are you just saying it because you could text it and there's no feeling, no meaning behind it?
So for you, the written word means more, even though it's the same words, than someone that's texting it real quick to you. So the meaning behind taking the time to do that.
No, I want, yeah, for sure.
The words are the same though.
I still have love letters that my ex in high school used to send me, because he lived in New York, I lived here, so we didn't get a chance to really call each other all like that because we had calling cards. And we had to go buy calling cards.
As senior millennials, we know what that means.
Love letters are beautiful.
So
I love you still means the same. Well, my I love you still means, I'm not telling you I love you if I don't. So
but there are people who do that. So like, I'd rather talk to you on the phone to get that feeling behind your words. Like, you understand what I mean when I say feeling behind the words?
Yeah, you want the tonality and
you know what, baby, I love you so much, and like, I just love talking to you. If I text that to you, like, it don't mean that. To me, it's like you're just saying that because it sounds good. That's how I look at it. That's just me though. That's my opinion. But like, when we're on the phone, like, I'm the type of person, like, when I'm in a relationship, like, even me and John now, like, people still make fun of us because like, he's at work all day long, but like, when he's at work, he'll call me and we'll sit and talk while I'm doing my work here, and we'll just be sitting on the phone talking. But meanwhile, like, we're at home with each other all day, but we'll talk. Like, that's how it was for me. Like, every relationship I had, like, I would fall asleep on the phone with this person. Like, we would be up all night.
We all remember doing that. We all remember, you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
Like, I just, like, I love conversation, especially with the person that, like, you just can't get enough of.
Back in the day, that was such a thing. Like, you'd be on the phone all night.
Right.
you know,
all night.
Yeah, I got you. But when AOL Messenger came out, like
they ruined it for everybody.
Yo, I was able to have like 8 conversations with everybody.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Right.
In fact,
and
that's where I
Brandon,
got my typing speed up, is doing that. It wasn't doing papers or at school. I got my typing speed super fast during like MSN Messenger, AOL Messenger with like people in school.
So, let me ask you this. So when you were talking to all those 8 different people, were you telling them everything that you really meant, or were you saying what they wanted to hear?
I'm telling them what I meant to say. See, so what's cool about when I do that is the reason why it's great to have, for me, text in front of me is I'm not missing what you're saying. Oh, what did you say? I can reread exactly where we're at in the conversation and respond accordingly in that moment. And I can do it quick. I was super quick with the T9. I was T9 and firing it out, doing it. So for me, the texting has always worked out better for me. And like Sherelle said, multitasking. All right. Like, you call me and I'm in the middle of, playing music or watching a movie. And I'm still trying to watch that movie and listen. Nope.
Well, then call me back. Call me back when your movie's over.
Proud of this,
then the next movie comes on.
Proud of it. I'm just being honest. Like before the quarantine, my days were wake up, go to work, get off of work, drive to a gig or a rehearsal. I'm there till late at night. I get home, I'm getting prepared for bed, I go to bed. That is every day. Or I'm traveling, I don't have time to be on the phone with you, or literally can't be on the phone with you. If I'm at work, I can't talk because I got kids around me. If I'm at my gig, I can't talk because I need to be singing. Like, so
exactly, doing all that stuff
like that all day. And like, unfortunately, some of my friends would be upset about that. I know, not because it's like, dang, you ain't answer the phone, or you don't be calling me. And I'm like, to be honest, I only call my great grandma, and she even gets mad at me because she's like, how come you missed my call today? Like, and I don't want to miss it. I really don't. I want to talk to you. I love when you call me and you catch me and we can talk. Like during quarantine, that's one cool thing about it. I was able to like catch up with my friends and call them and talk to them and converse, and we had a good time, and I didn't feel pressured like I needed to be somewhere else or need to be doing something else. So that was pretty cool about that reset. But the reality was for real. And then like dudes I would date, they're getting upset because it's like, well, how come you didn't answer, or you never have time to talk? And it's like, bruh, can we schedule time for us to hang out?
Can I just say this? My computer's on 5%.
Well, look.
All right, we probably need to park it here and just we gotta do a third installment, then fine, but let's go ahead and cut it here anyways.
Yeah, we're the only thing I was gonna mention was the flirtationship, and I can just stay off rip that I don't like that really. That's all I have to say about that. But everything,
When I was working at the mall when I was 18, you flirted with the people in the food court and you got free food. What's wrong with that?
I don't like people pretending to like me. I'm not into that. Like, get away from me. You don't. Like, I don't like all of that. Alicia, last final thoughts. What you think about that?
What?
Flirtationship. Flirty.
I can be whenever it's like you said, it's nothing. I mean, it means nothing to me. That other person may think it is, but I'm just I have a goal in mind. And if I can get it by flirting with you, then
free food in the food court.
My goal is complete.
Well, guys, this is part 2 of dating. We have more things to discuss as far as love and relationships go going forward. But for those of you who watch, thanks for watching.
Comment, share, let everybody know.
Yes, we have
everybody.
We have Alicia Terrell
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We got B Mike.
What's up? Do it.
Shout out to Los. Shout out to our special guest Vance tonight.
Shout out to Boo Bear and Pickles. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Boo Bear and Pickles. I am Sherelle Unique. And this is the 30s perspective. Oh yeah, and bling bling car clean if you need your car washed. All right.
Got you. All right.